can't believe what I've got for you now, and I mean, it's a little bit hard because it's all bloody Holdens. But I mean, that's life, and I mean, sometimes you get to meet somebody, and the person I'm going to bring to you tonight, or today, so it's night time here at the moment, but there's someone really special that the Holden guys will know a lot about, but I don't think Australia knows a lot about, and that's the Mildura Maverick. Is that right, mate? The Mildura Maverick?
Not anymore, mate. A bit old.
So Peter from Corsa Special Vehicles.
Yep.
And now more known as CV, hang on.
Oh, CSV, abbreviated, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love the way it rolls off the tongue. When you ring it up, it's like really easy when you ring them, and when I try and say I never get it out. What I've been able to do, I was fortunate enough to be invited out to the house because I was going to do a shed tour on their workshop. And I'm out here with Peter now, and I've got some photos on the laptop. And I thought I'd do this the way Dale and I normally do our photos. And I've got some photos from Peter that we've put on file, and we're going to make a little slideshow and try and get through to get us over probably 20 or 30 years in about a minute or so. So the first one we're looking at, performance panels, mate. How did this happen?
Yeah, well, that was how I started. We did performance and we did panels.
So how old were you?
Oh, I would have been 20, well, about 22, 23.
22. So Dad was on a block, so you grew up in Mildura.
Yep.
So what, grapes or fruit?
Yeah, grapes, dried fruit primarily, just around the corner.
Just around the corner from where we are now.
The home block's there.
And you hired the Best of Block building?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I went out on my own, and my sister found this. It was an old storage thing for a carpet, and we rented it for a while, and then we ended up buying it
and the next photo, you needed a booth, so it looks like you made one.
Yeah, we made a tin one, yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, gassed myself out pretty good in there with the 2-pack, and then I thought I'll stay with acrylic until I get a decent booth.
But there's a couple of things about it, because the chassis in the foreground and the blown motor, that's in the next car, the next photo, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my HQ, yeah. And
that became a feature car with street machine bag.
Yeah, we built that car in 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, that's, when we were young, we could do anything. We'd work all night and day, and basically what happened is I had a maroon chopped ute with that engine in it, and I took it over to Adelaide, drove it to Adelaide and ended up going to the drags on a Sunday, and a mate of mine was there, and he said, "Oh, run the ute." I said, "Oh, it's got 275 gears and everything." And we made a mockery out of it. But I seen HQ coupes and all that, and I just said, I've got to have one.
Got to have a coupe.
So I actually sold that ute to Frank Ciavarello, which is Frank Banana, which was Pro Action Spares.
Righto.
He wanted that ute by his own, so I come back, took the engine out, took it back, aspirated, he bought it.
Moved on,
and then I built this car. Yeah, it was 6 weeks it took us.
So where did they do the shoot? Where's that photo?
That's West Lakes in Adelaide.
Oh, righto.
That's West Lakes, yeah. That's 83, 84.
I can tell by the clothes you're wearing, mate.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. And that's at the end, and that's at the Morfettville Motor Inn. When we used to pull up to go to the drags we used to go to the street meets on Sunday over in Adelaide.
I bet you used to get in a bit of trouble.
No, not really.
Not really?
No, not really.
So, mate, the next one, I saw you lashed out then, you went and bought a spray booth?
Yeah, well, that was the way to go. You know, I wanted to paint 2-pack and I wanted to do it right, and I didn't want to buff cars and that, and, you know.
So I was thinking one of these with you, but you was telling me that was the boys, but this one here, you're in the middle?
Yeah, that's me. That's the ugly one.
Have a look at him, little young pup.
Yeah, well.
And I'm not going to tell the whole story, but you were saying that was a ride-off Merc that you...
Yeah, that was we bought that out of Melbourne and that, and it was hit in the front and all that. And
made a quick buck, put it together, and away she went.
Yeah, made it, for my brother-in-law, yeah.
So how did you get from that to what we're looking at now? So all of a sudden you've extended the workshop.
Oh, there's a lot of years between there.
Yep. So you've extended the workshop, and you've started kitting a few cars, obviously?
Well, so basically when I put the bake oven in, you know, you had VKs, VLs and all that, and everybody wanted the 2-pack paint job, so we'd do 1-2 a week and make some good money, and then we extended the factory, and, you know, I was always a fan of HDT cars and all that, and that's why I built that.
I think on the next sign, I see you then become a HDT special vehicle man.
Yeah, I knew Peter very well, Brocky there, we were good mates and that, so.
So that car that's in front of the workshop there...
That's a VR Berlina.
And then you turn that into that.
Yeah, the first Corsa sitting over in the background over there.
So was that a two-tone or that was the fiberglass colour?
That was the gel coat. We did
I
it
looked
in
at it
blue.
and I went, that couldn't be
No,
a
that was
two-tone.
just a gel coat. That was in gel coat.
So is that the car behind us?
Yeah, that's the blue one sitting up on the left
So there you go. So you might pan over there, Dale, but we'll have a good look at that car in a minute.
Canterbury blue. Yeah.
So that's Corsa number 1.
That's Grandad.
That's Grandad, right? So let me just see what else I got in the photos. So
Yep.
same car again.
Yep, that's the car. Yep.
So what was happening here?
So basically, that car, when I did that car, I went to a show there in the World Congress Centre, and it was the Commodore thing. Michael Abbey from Mag Wilson, I said, "You've got to show the car, you've got to show the car," and we did. And then Car Australia was there, and they did a feature, and they wanted to do a feature, and then this is the Alan Moffat HO. What's the name? And they did this comparison there at Calder Park. So
And
we
you
went
took
down
him out.
running.
You took him out?
Yeah, every run. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, poor bugger. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
all good.
And then the magazine feature started.
Yeah, yeah.
Film star.
Well, I'm not really a film star, mate.
So, mate, you were telling me though you've had a lot of magazine coverage, and it's probably
Yeah.
because of where you come from, and the Australia loves the little bloke.
Yeah, well, that's what it was about. You know, like this car, when this magazine article, all of a sudden Wheels started criticising him and saying, "Oh, you can't write about these blokes like this and that, here today, gone tomorrow," which made me pretty angry. So from that car I built the...
And the interesting part to me is that you actually went down the full ADR.
Oh, you had to.
Yeah, so you had arrangement with obviously the dealers.
So basically, to do the ADR, you've got to make the car comply as a brand new motor vehicle. You have to do second stage manufacturing. So what we had to do, we engaged with Federal Office of Road Safety. We had representatives from Canberra and Victoria, and then with the consulting engineer, we had to comply all the additions, wheels, body kit, etc., interiors, exhaust noise, braking.
So where'd you end up? So you started with
The VR.
the VR, and
Yep.
when did you end up pulling up? The last
VE.
and how many did you end up making?
About 500 units.
Just about.
In all the models.
Just about 500 units.
Yeah, in all the models. The most popular was VS, because after this car was born and built, and you know, it shut all the mouths because it was full ADR and the fastest production car ever. You know, it's got a top speed of 290 kilometres an hour. Everyone just shut up and they just wanted, and then that car got featured against Porsches, Lambos, Ferraris. There's that many, everything. They threw it against everything and it held itself. And like, okay, it wasn't fast in today's term, but neither was a Ferrari. Ferrari only used to do 13.4s. This thing used to do 13.2s. So, you know.
So the gold one I'm looking at,
Yeah.
there's some things I pick up straight away. Obviously the double wing,
The biplane
big back
wing, yeah.
wing,
Yeah.
and then the dual exhaust coming through the back bumper.
That was Porsche inspired, you know, the Boxster.
Well, believe it or not, I did a pair of those on the back of the flag car, so
Yeah.
year 2000,
Yeah.
because I seen them on a
Yeah.
on a BMW or something. I went, that looks cool. I'll have some of those. So, mate, you obviously built a lot of cars,
Yeah.
and you had a network and the whole thing's going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got a passion and you've got your own cars, and we're going to see some of those
Yeah.
as well. But it obviously all come to an end.
Well, you end up having 4 kids.
Yeah, well, that happens.
And then they cost you more than the cars. And then when VE come out, they put a lot of trinkets in VEs. And to put a stereo in it, you had to spend this much, and you had to spend $1 million on an interior, and it just got too far and that
it
sort of
wasn't
thing.
viable.
Whereas when we built this car, you know, I made the body kit and whatever, and we had modules and seat modules, and yeah, we could afford it, and we didn't have to put
And if-
reverse cameras and all that.
If you keep listening, you're going to see some more of that stuff later when we get to the main workshop. I'm looking at a photo there now in the black and white. You're looking pretty flash there, mate. So
Oh, yeah.
that was the local paper.
Yeah, that's after Car Australia did the article, you know, the local paper, oh, you know.
Mildura boy comes good, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
So, just somehow or other, I want to talk about those, but people will be looking at this and say, what in the bloody hell's a Mustang doing here? So
Oh, that was
that
one
was
of our
what,
latest
20
editions, yeah,
2016, you decided to have a play
Yeah,
because no one was modding these and you weren't bringing in a Chevrolet or anything.
that's right. Well, the Mustang is money for value. Is still a good car, good performance car. Believe it or not, it's just a good performance car, and the little Coyote engine.
Especially if you get hold of it.
Well, no, I mean young sons that done a bit of work, and they've got a stock.
So the boys are over here watching.
They've got a stock body.
You're going to see some of their work later in the show because
We've
they're
cranked-
now doing all the drag challenge type
Yeah,
stuff.
we've cranked. What'd that stock one make? That 218, nearly 900 horsepower, standard engine on E85.
Crazy, isn't it?
Standard. There was a 217. We've got one of these yellow ones still with the trans and all that. What's the best he's gone? 9.3. Standard
Unreal.
engine with
So
a,
this
with
one
a-
was done in the same context as the other. So
Yeah.
basically legal,
Yeah.
engineered,
Yeah,
body kit, wheels, brakes,
yeah.
trim.
Yeah, the whole lot,
And plenty of
everything,
power.
nothing, yeah, all
Yeah.
the stuff, good suspension, all the thing, and some carbon bits and all that sort of stuff. But then, the trouble was that everybody, because America's got so many parts for these Mustangs,
Yeah, the whole
everybody reckons they could do their own.
own thing.
Yeah, so let them go. Let 'em
All
go.
right, well, let's look at a bit of nostalgia. So, I've read a bit about you. So, the Corsa is Italian for...
It's a racetrack. Macchina di Corsa is, the car of the racetrack. Yeah. And as you see, this car here's got the thing Corsa here, and then as you'll see afterwards, they went to CSV. That's because when we built this, it was a Corsa, and then GM reckons I couldn't do that because Adam Opel had the rights to that
So
in Europe, but not in Australia.
The old corporate machine, mate, eh? The corporate machine.
That's why this has got Corsa on the back. So this is the original Corsa. This is a Veloci.
So this is number one.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, nowhere near as powerful or as pretty as this thing, but
But I mean, in it, so this was what, 220, wasn't it?
yeah, this is a 5 litre. Yeah,
So when you put them out though, they were 220?
220 kilowatts. That
Yeah,
one
and
there,
HSV were 195.
185.
185.
Yeah. Oh look.
Because
we
guess
put-
what? You won't believe it.
Yeah.
My wife owned, I didn't own it, my wife owned
Yeah.
a 185i
Yeah.
Calais.
Well, this ran against the GDS and beat it, the 215 GDS, as a 5 litre, when it had the 6-speed and the brakes and that in it. And I mean, hey, we're only making 170 kilowatts at the wheels back then.
But it's all relative because no one was making power then.
Oh, the first horsepower
know,
Hero was 300 horsepower.
People think that
Yeah.
they had a GD Falcon and it had this
Yeah.
massive amount of power. A Phase 3
Yeah.
did a 14.1,
Yeah, that's right.
so
Right.
so you go from that to this and we've jumped to 355.
So then basically, in this car, I started developing the engine that's in this car, after we started developing it. And basically, Richard Bendel from Motec rang me when he read the article that Wheels said, and he said, I can help you get through the ADR emissions. And I said, well, I don't want to just get through that. I want to build the fastest Aussie car ever. So we did this here. It's a 355 stroker, and that's the Motec manifold on there. It runs an M48, nothing flash. It's an old, what's the name?
So Motec as in trumpet.
Yeah, it's got all trumpets
like a
underneath.
yeah.
And then the twin throttle bodies opposite there, and second airbox down there.
So how many of them did you produce?
These Velocis, three.
Three.
Three of these got built, and and the same with the VX Velocis and the VTs, and that.
It's just it's funny how roads cross over because when I did that injected thing in that big 2-door,
Yeah,
that was all Motec.
yeah,
And while I was there, we were trying to dyno the big block with their joint. They had all these cross-flow manifolds off the Holdens from the supercars.
yeah. Yeah, that was when they were in Research Road, I think.
Small world.
Yeah, and then basically we used the Antera wheels.
So how much trim were we doing once we got to this stage?
Yeah, the whole. What do you mean the interior?
So you retrimmed?
The whole lot,
The whole
seating,
lot.
the shapes, the whole lot's different. So if you look at the back seat is actually a Caprice seat, so it gives it the 4 bucket seats.
Yep.
And then the front is all the different modules, the Recaro modules. It's fully
So
electric.
if you're doing that in bulk, how do you go about that? You just buy new stuff.
Yeah, that's it. You could buy the modules from Holden for bugger all.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's why our cars were 15, 20 grand dearer, because we didn't have the the luxury of HSV.
The ability to buy it without,
But people bought them because they wanted it different, because it's just totally different. Like no HSV, not even a Senator had memory preset seats.
Yep.
Like bang, you know, all of that sort of thing. And they didn't have what this has got. You know, the Harrop brakes, you know, they had, their GDS had the PBR, what's the name, the
spot.
Corvette, the Corvette, where they go over the bump and they rattle.
Yep.
The PK1s. This has got the Harrops all round, you know, the Coney adjustable suspension, you know, big sway bars and that, you know. It was, as I say, that Paul Gover, like when he drove it for the Herald Sun, he goes, he looks down, the thing's off the clock, and he goes, shit, this car's a Commodore, shouldn't be going this fast. But like, you know, she's, yeah. No, this car rewrote, and after this car here, everybody...
Just walk over there.
Yeah, after this car here, this sold like heaps. You know, as I say, we only built a couple of this model of Veloci, but they were all built to this spec. Wheel looked like this, didn't have the motor and the what's name in it, but we sold probably, in utes, we sold probably 200 utes.
I was going to say you sold a lot of utes, didn't you?
Yeah, the utes were crazy because they were cheap, and the sedans, they probably sold about 70, 80 of these, you know, and then the VTs come out and, yeah.
Well, mate, look, I really appreciate letting us come out to your home and see these amazing collectible cars. And like you said earlier, it's something, why would you let them go?
Well, blokes like yourself are going to educate people that don't know.
Yes.
And people don't realise what this and this is, and that's a blessing to me, because I won't do it myself and I won't let anyone. I got asked by somebody else a month and a half ago, some young guy, he wanted to do it, and I said no.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I mean,
I'm not pumping your tyres up. I'm very. You ask the boys.
Like I keep saying to you, be careful what you show people. But I mean, we really appreciate being here, and I look forward to showing people what we're going to show now when we go to the workshop, and some of the things that you and your two sons are doing.
Yep.
At the shop, and a whole lot of things happening there, and Howard didn't turn his phone off. So what's going to follow us now is the stuff I've shot at the shop today, and the things that are happening with not only Peter but his sons as well, in relation to current cars and massive horsepower, the sort of stuff everyone's doing now with drag challenge, but also Pete's got a fair bit happening with other things, including a really nice two-door Falcons. Righto, Pete. So we've had dinner, we've had a bottle of wine, so now we're going to have. We forgot about this one. It was on the hoist.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, beautiful car. It's probably, is this the only one you've really gone to a show like a Summernats or a Motor X type deal?
Yeah, that Mustang up there was the first effort there, but it never went anywhere because what's saying. But yeah, that's
so we've
it.
had a bit of a look around. Amazing car, and it's got all the things you'd want in a, what is it, a V what?
VH.
A V8?
VH, yeah.
And this is very Corsa style, all steel on this one, I believe.
It's all aluminium body kit, yeah. So, yeah, all handmade.
Very cool, and I really like this treatment around the bonnet.
Yeah, there is a scoop, there is a fiberglass scoop that goes on there to compliance to
comply, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't want it on there. It clips on, similar to like that, sort of scoop like on the Muzzy.
Oh yeah, yep,
it's
cool.
in the, yeah.
But mate, beautiful colour.
Yeah, it's not bad, yeah.
And that's your own mix?
Yeah.
And then big brakes?
Yeah, 400mm front Harrops, 350, 380mm rear, 22-inch wheel rear, 20-inch front.
And then a couple of things that sort of really work because you can't see them, which I think is always important, is the mirrors.
Yeah, they're just a little 3D printed mirror that we made to make it look good.
They do look good.
You know, I mean, otherwise you've got those big flags hanging off them.
They are a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then the rear wing, I like.
Yeah, my son there made that on the Wednesday night before Motor X. Yeah, I think it needed it because otherwise the car looked a bit like stumpy.
And the exhaust is very...
Yeah, it's integrated into the roll panel. It's a custom roll pan. That's bigger than normal, what's name? And
okay.
Yeah, that roll pan, that's all been cut out and re-rolled, as you can see, to create a bit of a body kit. And then we went underneath with the under
Yeah,
trays.
so I grabbed a bit of that footage earlier.
The under trays, yeah.
And then a fair bit of work in the trim, and it's got that classic Momo steering wheel, which obviously fits the deal.
Then runs through, it's all, you know, the car's all,
Got all the screens.
PDM and big display dash, and then the console runs from front to rear. No switches on the doors, all the way back through, 4-bucket effect. They're all handmade modules, like they're all being cut out of high density foam and that, and the guy, he was the apprentice when we were doing Corsa trim, and this is his first go, so it's good, but it's not perfect.
No,
but
he's done all right, mate.
I think he's done all right.
Yeah.
Given the price that he paid. We have to put the little black inserts here yet, which will tighten that edge up that they've got. Like I made these sort of flashes here and that, but
Bloody beautiful, mate.
I think it's just a nice car, that's all.
But I think the classic comment is what you said earlier is you like nice cars as long as they go fast.
Yeah, it's got a Generation 6 LT5 Corvette engine, which produces like 700 and something horsepower standard. It's got CNC ported heads and camshaft. It'll make up to close to maybe 1,000 at the treads.
Yep.
Turbo 400, 9-inch, 4-linked. And that, so it'll go well.
Yeah. Mate, bloody credit to you and the boys. As I say, it's a bit of a pro street, I call it, but it hasn't got 15-inch wheels. Well, nowadays, I would nearly say that I would put this into pro touring.
Yeah.
Because it's got the rubber, it's got the brakes, and it's got the power.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, that it would go, I'm not quite sure where it would go, because it's obviously going to work coming out of your place. It's going to drive and it's going to turn.
Yeah, it's all tubular front end, everything, the whole lot. It's all got all the right shockers and all the right things in it.
Bloody mint. All right, job's done.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
No worries. We're just going to talk about the cars. That's all. We just go through the shed and talk about the cars.
Righto, so we're at the now, I won't call it a new workshop because it's clearly not new, but this is the new CSV that's grown over many, many years from some of those cars we've already looked at. So, got Peter,
Chuck. Yep, Chuck.
Man's got to get around, and everyone knows that watches my channel. I don't remember, I'm hopeless with names. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look around because there's a lot to see here. And these guys are very heavily involved with Drag Challenge, and that's next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of personal stuff here, but there's a lot of customer cars at the moment. And fortunately, we can have a look at some of those. So these guys are going to walk through. They're both pretty good at talking, so I'm going to talk over them because I've got to keep moving because there's a lot to see. So, Peter, mate, it's good to see that you got the young blokes now working in the business as well, and obviously for some time.
Yeah, it's only way to go. I mean, you got to train your own, otherwise
where
you
do
got
end up?
nobody.
Yeah. So, mate, it's pretty much from what I've seen and heard, that's pretty much you, the two boys, and a few people that you can maybe keep on the payroll.
I've got another guy in this crash shop.
In the crash shop?
And that is a good fella.
Yep.
And we got the ones that ring in and out.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to grab the camera as I normally do, and we're going to have a bit of a walk through, and we'll go right. And everyone knows I'm a Ford guy, but it's all bloody Holden here, but we can't help that.
There's a Mustang over the back.
There's a Mustang over the back. We can tell a bit of a story about Mustangs and things as well. But mate, we'll go with your car first. So this is obviously your car.
Yeah. This is my car. We actually built it for a customer, right? And that, but he's unfortunately since passed on now. He was an older Greek bloke and that. It's a twin turbo LS 427. Run a set of Garrett turbos and that, turbo 400, M-Tron ECU. It's all 4-linked and that. Currently trying to get a cage in it for Drag Challenge. Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday it starts. So,
I always find it interesting how when it's your own car, it's left till last because you've got all the customer cars to do?
12 months I've been trying to put a cage in it, and now it's the last minute.
So you're obviously into the turbos. I've seen a lot of turbos laying around.
Yeah, easy horsepower, man.
Yeah,
That's it, easy horsepower. Your blowers are good in that, but then, you know, when you start getting up to this power level, just how you got to work the blower and that, they don't deliver. You know what I mean? Like a blower on 25 pounds of boost will make, 1,200 horsepower. You put one of these turbo cars on 25, 26 pounds, you had 14, 1,500.
So, mate, this looks like a pretty big unit.
Yeah, that's a Corsa. That's a VX Corsa.
This is an original Corsa?
Yeah, yep.
Wowza. Yep, cool.
It's original Corsa. It's all getting cut up too. And that. The other car's got to try and get the drag challenge. As well, another twin turbo RLS. Bit more serious than my car though. It's running a power glide in it. And that bit of full RHS aluminium engine, try and keep the weight down. All chrome moly front end and that. Sort of twin G45s on it.
Now you guys do everything in-house, don't you?
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
Everything. Fab work, wiring, tubs, cage, all of it.
It's a credit to you because, a lot of people specialise. They might be into the engine side of it or the suspension or the paint or whatever, but you guys have got it covered in every area.
Yeah. Keeps the factor of when people make mistakes, Keeps it all in the workshop.
We can lift it.
We can lift it up.
Yeah, righto. So we'll just have a little look underneath. So, mate, there's a lot to see here. So we've got the tube front end, obviously.
Yeah, you got the tubular front end and that in it.
So that's something you buy, something you make?
No, it's something we buy. We do make. We've made a couple of them, but that one we've bought. Time constraints and stuff like that.
And then obviously some big pipes. And I've had a bit of a play with that stuff.
Yeah, the oval tube. It's good, but not good.
Good, but hard work.
Yeah, it is. A lot of welding. A lot of welding.
Man, it is. So dry sump. So we've got the big oil lines.
Daily dry sump. Yeah, the big oil lines come from the back. Try and make them hard line, and that less failure points and stuff. A couple of big fuel lines too. Dash 12 feed and a dash 8 return.
And then of course the old problem is you make power. You got to hook it up.
Yep.
So tail shafts and
shafts,
then
GJ drive lines, Matty. Yeah, and that's John from Pro 9, one of his diff centres and that. All strange and that, 35 spline, sort of weld wheels, bead locked, sort of AFCO shockers and stuff like that.
Sway bars.
Yeah, anti-roll bar, all that sort of stuff. And that. So there we go. Like I said, we've got drag challenge. Hopefully we can get it to go down the track, nice and straight, nice and fast.
And then drive all the way to the next track.
Yep, drive all the way. It's going to be pretty noisy, but we'll put a couple of earplugs in. And
and away you go.
That's it. Got no aircon either, no cruise control.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's pretty much like a HQ now.
Now, I filmed this car out in Broken Hill at the Show and Shine not that long ago.
Yeah, it's Daz's 1-tonner. Another turbo LS 427.
And it's been a bit of a progression.
Yeah, slowly. Daz is, just worked up on it, getting used to the car and that. It used to be a side mount LS1, making about 550, 600 odd horsepower. Now it makes 1,000, right? But it's not turned up at all. He's just letting him get used to it and stuff.
If I remember rightly, he was telling me I think you put a 98 tune in it.
Yeah, it only runs on 98, runs on pump gas, yeah.
Yeah,
cool. 1,000, like 980 horsepower.
Yep, on pump.
Yeah, on pump.
So he'll be in the challenge.
Yeah, he's going to go again.
Yep.
And that, we had a little bit of a drama last year. It had a standard diff in it.
Through the rear end out of it.
Yeah, what it did is it twisted the diff housing on the axle tubes. So, broken.
Wow, yeah, that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's nothing left of it. It was all bin job. So
now the big dog, and I see you got the T-shirt for this one on. So
yeah, this is Brady's. This is Boost Q. This makes a couple thousand horsepower. So we're just going through another rendition on it.
And this one's, as you've just said, it's had a bit of a progression like they all seem to do. And Pete was telling me he's done a fair bit of fab on the front to try and get all the stuff you need for the turbos into an older car.
Yeah. Custom grill. And as you see, it's a ton of grill recessed back and that. So you don't have, big, ugly intercoolers hanging out. Try and keep the body looking neat.
Looking right.
Yeah, and then, fiberglass bonnet. When you cut it all out, it's, the top skin, the bottom's metal,
Yep.
The top skin,
Top
because when you
skin,
cut it,
top's
it
glass.
used to flop around.
Yep.
And that, you know, it's a satin Lamborghini orange paint job.
So Pete, you mainly look after the paint area and the finishing?
Yeah, I do all the body, well, me and the other fellow, we do body and paint and that, you know.
But when I come to see you yesterday, you were sitting outside putting an engine together.
Oh yeah, well, I've done that all my life. Everything that they're doing now, I had to do
Yep.
prior to them growing up and doing it. And now, you know, we've sort of got individuals that can do things. And
So what do we got here? What's the bottom end and?
Yeah, it's a dart block. It's a 427 7 litre Higgins mechanical heads, Frankenstein intake manifold. It's dry sumped and all that. This thing got a turbo 400. It's got an M&M going in it now, a Mark Mickey. We'll take the brick out of it. It'll go methanol now because it's exceeded the cooling capacity of the Frankenstein manifold. Hence we used that.
The brick, as in the intercooler.
The water to air brick there.
Yep.
That'll come out and it'll drop back. It can be like what's a manifold, and yeah, this was water to air, but we did it that way because just it would have been so much neater, you know. The connection pipe to the throttle body's off there at the moment because we're working on the car. But
Started life was meant to be just an 800 horsepower straight driver.
Yep.
That's it, and then just escalated from there.
As they do.
Yep.
As they always do.
yeah, the car went 80 at 170 odd mile an hour at the bend there, one run and got thrown off because his cage doesn't go into the
I
back.
think so. That's why it's back.
So it's back for more work.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, changed all the points in the rear end and all that.
So another CSV sticker.
Yeah, that was geez, this car here has been with us for a long time. It's one of my customers from Melbourne, from Werribee. That was one of the twin turbo cars, VEs back in the day. I'm talking back in 2010. It hit over 1,000 horsepower at the tyres. On the chassis dyno, not on the hub dyno.
Yep.
One of two, and that's now going down the track as he wants to drag race it. So yeah.
Now, I was looking at this earlier with Peter, and I mean, it sort of stands out to me as a bit further down the track than a lot of the other cars that you're working on. Is this something that you sort of specialise in, or how do you end up, obviously full-bone race?
Pretty much, yeah. It's got a 3,000 horsepower LS going into it, M&M trans. It'll be full tubular. My youngest son that will be here in a little while, he's lending his skills to doing all the tube work. Johnny Lang from Chassis does a lot of the other componentry, bracketry and that, assists with it. Having a bit of a dig, see where we can get to.
Exactly.
See where we get to. If you don't try, you don't know.
That's true, very much true.
So, I mean, you could go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and things not right and they just shrug their shoulders at you.
Yep.
So what do we got to lose? Nothing.
So if people are wondering about the noise in the background, that's the boat race, and it's probably what, 1.5 kilometres, 2 k's
not
away?
even.
Not even?
About okay. No,
Yeah,
just down the
I
back.
reckon it's not even 800.
So you don't hear them until the blown ones come out, and I think they're out now.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this one progresses because it's looking the goods already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be mid-year. It'll be alive.
So a little new one stuck around the back here.
Yeah, it's a Z01. I'll just look in the back of this. Yeah. That's a Z01 Camaro. That's produced 1,200 and what did it make?
1220.
1220 at the wheels with a supercharger.
Yep.
Customer of ours from Melbourne. We actually started building it for another guy from Queensland. He was going to do roll racing, and then in the Queensland floods he lost his gyms. So he ran short of money, and Freddie from Melbourne rang me and bought the car, and we finished it off for Fred, and it was a mission because we got to about 800, 900 horsepower at the wheels, and then the injection didn't keep up, and then Jack took over from there.
Yeah, so
injection thing, and he'll
we had-
run you through the rest of it.
we had to do we had to put port injection. So it had a big DI system that was meant to make the power, and that there's no engine in it at the moment. It's getting refreshed.
I just said, I'll just give him the point, lift the bonnet up, and he says, no engine in it yet, it's out again.
Yeah, because he broke it. What he did.
That's all right, mate, it's an empty hole.
Yeah.
I thought there might have been in there.
Did the old money shift.
Hey?
We did the whole money shift.
Yep.
Went down, set up, the gears at 8,000, it spins to 8,000 RPM, so it's revving its head off.
What,
Yeah.
what happened is Freddie likes to go and doing the track work, okay? And he went to Sandown and did a couple of flying laps, and the car's pretty quick, and he wound it down to about 900 horsepower. Look, unknown to me, Nathan did the heads. The factory intake valve was 2-piece. Let go.
Yep.
Lucky didn't destroy the engine and all that. Salvageable, one head, and that we're actually putting a new block into it now, so Remax have got it now. And that's it, it wasn't non-salvageable, and so it's over at Remax now getting done, and that'll go back on and see if we can push it a bit further.
And that's what happens when you go racing, isn't it?
Well, track racing, yeah.
So, mate, obviously the old chassis dyno was always the go.
Oh yeah, we still use, that's in commission all the time. I mean, that's an all-wheel drive 1500 dyno dynamics. You'll do more street cars and everything. All your diesels and all that, we do a lot of mapping on diesels. Chuck does a lot of mapping on the diesels and that.
I did see that on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
And of course that part of automotive at the moment's huge, isn't it? The whole four-wheel drive thing.
We don't get time to post thing on Facebook, and that's why there's a lot of old thing there,
Yep.
The load that we got, is pretty hectic, as you can see.
And this is the flash-looking one. So we've got the hub dyno.
So that's the 6,000 horsepower hub dyno. That's the top of the tree in the main line. What's his name's? Joe Gaunchy come and ran his pro mod on this with Frank from Dandy Engines and Nathaniel from Fuel Tech, and it nearly hit 5,000 horsepower.
Wowzers, that's
On
unbelievable.
here, hey?
Unbelievable what they're doing now, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's a twin retarder. There ain't no bigger from mainline, from Todd and the boys at mainline, and this is Silverado that we've just done the engine for.
Righto. So
Again,
fill us in what you're doing, because you were telling me yesterday about the Silverado.
No, so obviously it was turbo. We had the car turbo. We would have done it probably 5 years ago now.
Nah, not that far.
Oh, it was
About three, anyway.
About three,
Doesn't
sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh had it and he loved it driving around. It's turbo, not blown like you probably see all the rest of them. And that's all our own turbo kit. It's a water air cooler with an interchiller, so it's ice cold intakes always.
So what are you getting out of that now?
So now we've just rebuilt the engine and that because we didn't really know where the limits of this engine was. So as we told Josh, we could push it, but we don't know where it'd break. So we ended up.
Broken.
It hasn't broke, but so what we ended up doing is pulled it out, built the engine, built the
Sleeved
trans, sleeved, a heap of work and that. Boys at Remac did all the machine
Rods,
work.
pistons.
At the moment, it's producing 740 horsepower, but we're out of turbo and injectors.
Which is sitting in the car now.
So,
There's a new core and the new LT4 injectors, the fuel system. So it'll probably cap out at about 850, but that's at the wheels.
Nice driver.
Yeah.
He had the trans done by Craig's up there, Craig's Automatics, and that. So Josh just wanted to go to the next level.
Righto, so we're going to move on. I'm going to keep you going. This one looks like the inline waiting.
They've been there a little while.
So we're in Mildura, so the dust is always an issue out here, and I looked this morning, yesterday's humidity was 17%.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's pretty dry, and a few here, so Pete, you might want to give us a quick run over on the cars, because I know they've all got some history.
Well, this car here, the guy that owns it is Graham Rutker, which used to do the Holden and Ford shows. And he's had it since day dot, and we did work on it many, many years ago, and it's turned back up here, and he's changed some, things when he was doing his car shows and that. He's put his Boyd wheels and that, and we built the original 355 stroker with the V and Group A manifold. And then it moved on, and Mark Hoseman put some other stuff, and now he's gone, no, I want it looking the same. So my youngest son, Julian's fabricated the top half to look like a V and Group A, and Jack will put a computer into it to be decided what he's going to do. He'll wire it all up, and she'll go back home. Happy days to Graham.
And the next one?
There's another customer of ours. He's got a couple of handfuls of VK Brock cars, all originals. That's a Director, VK Director. That I've got to the stage it's got to be put together.
Benny's got probably 6 or 7 of them. And
Beautiful.
That.
So
So
it's
yeah,
just
that's...
waiting for time and parts, I imagine.
No, not really time. The parts are there. It's just time,
It's
that
time.
I've got to give, you know, and that. But the thing
Now this
is,
one's got a long history, I believe.
well, this car here he's owned since brand new. Johnny, one of our customers, and since we were kids, we were like in our 20s when he had this. And it's a VL Berlina Turbo original, white in colour, Alpine white it used to be. He recently bought an
X6.
X6 BMW in the mineral white, and he said, I want the car the same
I
colour.
want that white, yeah.
When we want to paint it. So then, but he started a big list of modifications, and yeah,
And then, wow.
and it was completed to this stage 2 or 3 weeks ago for his son's wedding. He actually had it in his own wedding, so he had his son's wedding with it, and now it's back. We've got to put the roll cage in it and then do the full interior in it. But yeah, it's just a nice.
Give us a run through on what's in this one.
So this has got a, it's obviously RB in that. So 30 bottom end, but it's got a 3.4 litre stroker. It's got a 26 top end and that, you know, like out of the GDRs and that. Power glide trans, another 9-inch, 4-link, tubbed it, as Dad's tubbed it. Like you said, he did all the body work and that. Jules, my brother's does all the bit of the fab, all the pipe work and stuff. I've wired it. It's running an M-Tron ECU and stuff. Power glide trans and that. At the moment, we'd signed it's on like sort of a run-in, sort of soft tune. Made 640 horsepower, you know, 18, 19 pounds.
Yep.
It's got about another 15 pounds to be put down its throat. You know, try and get it up to that 900. So yeah, we literally just finished it, you know, 3 weeks ago for Zara's, or for Anthony's wedding and that. So yeah, no, it came up good.
Just some of the close-ups there. Cars like this you don't get to appreciate until you see them in real life. Just the level of detail these guys have got going on is very impressive. So, you know, all the bolts are right, all the underside, the bonnet's right. Besides going hard, it's got all the detail happening as well. So the back row, do we need to go down there? What's happening down there?
Oh, there's a couple more.
A couple more.
There's another Calais there,
But look, there's more.
and there's my son's Julian's long-term race project, and
All right.
this
So
and
it's
this.
got the Kirky and the cage and...
Yeah, he's making. Oh well, he's tubular there. He'll get back to it. He's building a house now. So, and then this here's been here a couple of years. He did a gender reveal and caught the car on fire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's saving money to put an engine and stuff in it. Yeah.
Right, have we missed anything? Oh, the one-tonner. So, family car again?
Oh, he's a brother of mine. He's my first cousin's son, and that. And just he wanted a tonner, and as you can see, we done all the custom rear with all the sides and that, which people don't do. Cover all the chassis, and it's just in the sole red. And that's just a nice clean streeter.
Sounded pretty tough when it pulled up as well.
Yeah, it goes well, goes good. And that, and just, yeah, then the sole red with the HX GDS paint job, and then basically late model seats bolted to the floor with no runners and
You blokes-
GDS dash and that.
You blokes like your Simmons, don't you?
Oh, mate, I've sold Simmons since I was like 20 years old, since buddy Micah Bay at the Mag Wheel Centre.
When they were new.
Yeah, and Tony Simmons, I knew Tony Simmons very well. Actually, I got offered the business in 2007. And I said, what am I going to do with wheels? And then the boys at Tempia got it, and they've done a lot of things with it. I agree with some of the stuff, but I disagree with some of the other stuff.
Yeah, well,
But they're businessmen, they're good people.
yep.
You know, the first set of Simmons we'd buy, B45s and 16s, would cost us $1,600, 3-piece, with tyres.
With tyres.
With tyres, with
Yeah.
Bridgestones or whatever, in them days, good years. Today, you buy a 3-piece wheel, they're like $6,500 just
Yeah.
for rims. It's crazy.
Yes, it's all changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, look, that's pretty cool, but the cooler part about it is there's another workshop yet. So we're going to go and have a look there shortly. And we might get a little bit of look
I
at
don't know if that's cool, Harold.
some of
That's a f***ing handbrake. Oops, sorry. That's a,
All good. All right, so we'll call that for this workshop and then we'll have a bit more of a look around. Righto, so we've just come into the, I don't know, foyer. It's turned into a storage area a bit because that's what happens in car shops.
Yeah.
Pete, what do we got?
Yeah, so basically this is 7 litre engine for the VK there. You know, we're hoping to touch about 3,000 on this horsepower. It's got a tall deck. It's an iron block, dart iron block, tall deck in it. The decks are about 120 thou taller. It's running the Magnum crank in it. It's running all steel Carrillos at the moment, all gas ported pistons and all that into it. We'll probably go to an alloy rod in it eventually. It's running all gear drive, Jessel, dry sump, Bill Daly's dry sump. What is it? It's a 4-stage sump.
Then I say I'm reading a lot of names.
Yeah,
Higgins, Jessel.
And Nathan's heads there. He's big port mechanicals with all the Crowell rockers and all that. It's been a 1/2-inch head studded. It actually runs a Ford Cleveland mains in it.
Really?
Yeah, because what happens with the LS is they get crankshaft deflection. They start flexing. So you put the bigger mains in them and makes them stronger. Yeah, so it's actually, yeah, they got big Ford Cleveland mains in them. It's all mechanical. It's the lifter bores are 980s, yeah? Yeah, they're 980s, whereas they're sort of like 870 thou, the normal lifter on an LS. So it's got a big crower in it now. It's just to handle all the lift and that. It's, you know, the lift's up around 780 thou. It's like about 260, 280 thou at 50, the duration on it. It's got a velocity intake. It'll have, grab those turbos, Jack. It'll have 2 of these hanging off
I was
it.
going to say, I think I grabbed a little close-up.
It'll have 2 of them hanging off it.
So sun's out, guns out, mate, eh?
What's wrong?
The guns, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Sun's out, guns
It'll
out.
have 2 of them hanging off it. It'll run methanol. It's got an M&M trans in it and all that. So yeah, so should be a good thing.
I think it will be.
And that. But,
All right, so just another little toy laying around. Now,
Yep.
tell me, I'm a bit intrigued what that is.
That manifold.
Yeah.
Well, that's an 8 trumpet throttle body for an LS. It was on one of the cars, Georgie, from Big Picture People, but it's a Gen V. It's an English manifold, but it didn't fit on the car properly, and we've inherited it.
It's pretty cool looking thing about it,
Yeah,
isn't it?
The car, the engine that it was on, is actually
Lost power.
I was going to say, that'd be good for me. I like stuff that looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah. For an LS, yeah.
Not worried about the power.
No, don't worry. It still made decent power.
Yeah.
That's a plasma man off one of the engines, one of the boosted engines. The engine's at the moment getting some extra work done, putting the Magnum crank in it. It went to a couple of thousand and ended up breaking the snout off it. It was just running a Kelly's Comstar 8 counterweighted, which was only supposed to make about 1,200 horsepower, but went to a couple of thousand.
we went 1800.
18, well, 18, 19.
Yeah, what give or take a couple
Now
of
it's put a Magnum, but it didn't lose the engine. It was funny. It broke the snout, and that's it. And he's seen the oil pressure drop, and that was it.
All right, that's done for in here. I'm a bit blown away with all the little trinkets and niceties that I'm looking at. So we'll go and have a look in the refinishing area shortly. Righto, Pete. So this is your domain, mate, eh?
Yeah, this is my jungle, my jail, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Mate, we're overpowered by the Holdens again, but I notice we've got one Ford, and we'll get and have a look at that in a minute. But mate, clearly you've been doing this a very, very long time.
Yep.
And I just love the way we talk about something. You go, oh yeah, it's a nice little VK or a VC, and oh yeah, it's got an LS whatever, and I just go, this guy's out of the tree. Oh mate, you're telling me this is like one of the really early, almost a prototype.
Yeah. Basically, we did this for Donny. He's one of our local guys, and he loves his VHSLE, and he bought this probably 15 years ago. Had a 5 litre conversion in it, and wasn't like this, but it was original SLE blue over silver, but we've changed the colours to suit him. He's chose his wheels. We've done, the little aluminium CSV body kit with the dual exit exhaust. It's got some mini tubs so we can run it super low.
So was this before like the ADR stuff or after? So this is
after.
Yeah.
This is after
Yep.
after Corsa vehicles, yeah. This
Yeah.
is just builds for guys, you know.
So, super nice streeter. Got the full leather trim and all happening, but then of course it's got another bloody LS thrown in it.
Yeah, it's got well, based off an LSA with a Kong thing and, yeah, custom bits and pieces and that. It's just a nice car. Makes about 500 kilowatts at the wheels. More than enough for this car. Runs a 4-speed, you know, 4L65 in it. Runs the Borg Warner turbo diff with the 31 spline axles and 31 spline Harrop True Track.
And in true Corsa fashion, it's not just an engine, it's got brakes, it's got
Yeah,
suspension.
yeah, it's got the Harrop brakes, everything, yeah.
It's got all the fruit.
Yeah, yep. Well, you know,
And
these are guys later on in life, they want to relive what they wanted to have young.
Yep.
So now they do it, you know, and that's why this one here, you know, still got the original looking dash and trim and that. He wanted to maintain the VHSLE look.
It's a little bit like what I'm trying to do with my panel van.
Yeah.
I want it to be nice, but I also don't want to lose the 70s and 80s.
That's
you
it,
know.
yeah. And the touches it's got, you know, as I say, yeah.
I made a couple other cars.
It's just HX Restore.
Just
Which one? we're
Resto?
looking at?
Well,
Yeah,
either
the
one, so-
HX Monaro in Papaya, very rare colour.
Local car.
Oh, it's actually from Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he used to buy all the courses, Bobby VIC. He's bought 2 or 3 brand new courses, and he said he wanted a Monaro, and a friend of mine was going to resto it, and you know, I had the resto it for him, and he had a bust up with his wife, and Bobby come in and bought the car, and then we started the journey on it.
Beautiful. And another 1-tonner.
Yeah, this is the first one that I did of that style before the red one out there. So the red one's probably a little bit nicer. This has got an LSA going in it at the moment. I've got to do a trim for it. You know, a younger fella, he did the body and paint.
See what I mean? This one's got an LSA going in it.
Yeah, so that's got an LSA in it as well now. So now I've got to take the car off the chassis, do all the chassis like I told him to do in the start and the underside of the car, and do all the trim now. So now I've got to pull the car apart, and I'm probably going to have to repaint it again because, you know, it's going to get damaged going apart, but he wants it all showy now. It'll end up back in Perth. It'll go to
Careful,
Perth.
mate. You'll end up show car builder.
Oh, yeah. Nice car builder.
And I see there's a few nice toys around as well. Nice little English wheel there.
Yeah, that's one of Peter Thomasini's hand built. Yeah.
So the one in the corner is normally your own. Is that the case?
Well, that's the car. That'll be just a full-on race car. I bought that car out of Portland. It was smashed up. I bought it very cheap. It was just a body shell, and I've cut the new bulkhead onto it and got some new door skins and roofs and making panels and Christ knows what. It's not. It's going to be a full tube car, but steel body. I like steel bodied cars, but a full tubular chassis. That's how I am, you know. Everyone's going, oh, I should go fiberglass, go lighter. But what's going in, it's going to make.
Yeah, you want to build what you want.
But what's going in, it's going to make it go down the road pretty quick, which you'll show them a bit later.
We've got a couple of. You still do a bit of crash work.
Well, I do a lot of collision work, you know, for the major insurance companies because I'm well known, and that. And as I say, you know, there's a lot of overflow work, so they keep sending 7, 8 cars a week, and
Keeps the place ticking over. Mate.
It actually helps these guys build their cars because if I had to charge these guys every cent that I spend on doing these cars, they wouldn't be getting built.
Yeah.
So, you know, it pays the bills, pays the paint bills, pays the power bills, and you can look after and do the, you know, the passionate stuff.
So talking about passion,
Yep.
these have been a passion of mine.
Yeah.
But you're telling me the owner of this. Tell me the story about that.
So this is Wayne. He was up from just out of Melbourne. He used to live. He bought this car about 30 something years ago, and he paid like $4,000 for it. And he's had it and drove it up until the day he brought it in here, and the car was looked super clean and what's her name. When we pulled it down, you know, she'd had the old XC front on it, and she'd had this and that, and you know, everyone's jacked it up from the front end and bent all the cray frame and all the shit and Christ knows what, and all the rust as you'd know. So we started the journey. He said sometime it had been slid down an embankment. It had been on the left side and on the roof, and I thought, oh yeah,
because it looked straight. And I thought, oh yeah, back in them days they would have put a quarter on the roof. Well, no, they didn't.
Just knocked it out.
So then I
filled it up.
started the journey, and I made the new roof skin and re-wheeled all the quarters and stuff and took them all off and
I mean, that was
bought a heap
when-
of parts off
I was
you
gonna
that
say
you had all
that-
the rust
I was
repair
gonna say
stuff.
that's the time when we talked, because
Yeah,
we hadn't seen each other for
Yeah,
God knows
long
how
time,
long,
yeah.
and then you were looking for parts for this
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and it turned into the old quarters off, roof off.
well they had to. This car's a very rare and very expensive car, as you'd know. You know, this
You're saying
car's
it's
got,
well optioned.
it's got every box ticked: aircon, electric windows, power steer, everything. It's got the 4V engine, which was rare. You've seen the tags on it, you know, and that. It was hot rodded like they all did, but now we've put it back.
Trying to get it back, well, getting
Yeah.
it back to where it come from.
The
yeah.
grill's sitting in the other room. It's all been restored and that, and the only thing it really needs is the dash done and that, which he'll do at another stage. But we're slowly working through it. But everything on these things, if you find them, people just want ridiculous amounts of money for the parts.
It really is out of control, but I mean, the problem is it's a resource that's disappearing.
These
And,
bonnets, we had a mate of mine. We bought 3 of these brand new, and he had a the John Goss, the 302 John Goss.
Yep.
He smashed it, ran into the bridge. Anyway, put brand new guards bonnet and everything on it. He never finished it. He sat it outside in the weather in the rack yard, and they all just went to rust. And like, had you have known, we had to find this bonnet here. We got this out of Bendigo, and it cost us $2.5 grand. It's a really good bonnet, straight, bare metalled it. So
Yep.
there's like, it's all leaded, this car, all metal finished. You know, so there's probably quarter of a can of filler in it, and that's it. You know, I mean, the car's worth doing that
You're
way.
better than me, mate.
No, that's how I do it.
Yeah,
I
I know.
metal finish.
Old
I
school,
make
mate.
panels.
Old school.
That's how I am. You know, I learnt that a long time ago, because growing up, yeah, I used to use filler flat out, and then all of a sudden the sun hit, and you get a blister and then a crack and this and that, and I got angry with myself, and I said, when I paint cars and take so long, I don't want to have to redo them again.
Yep.
So I learned how to lead fill and do all that, and in all the joins and all that sort of stuff, and that even today when we repair cars and we got to do finishes on them, the young fellow I got working for, 24, I've taught him to metal finish, and we will quote the insurance, and we'll put down 3 hours on a repair, and they'll try and cut us back to 2 hours and say, hang on, oh, but that's filler. No, it's not, because you want me to give you a guarantee for life of the repair. Can't do that.
Can't do that, that's right.
See, like you can see the quarter over there on the coupe.
Yep.
This piece here I've had to cut. I've cut this section. This had quarter put on it, and they were really bad. They did it like the Americans. I've cut this section, and I've rolled it on the wheel, and I'm starting to bring it all
Get
up.
it back into shape.
Yeah, which I will. And yeah. And
So, mate, I was just scanning with the camera up the top here. There's a lot of history up there too.
that's all the CSV moulds. I've got
just gonna
every
say,
mould
you've
to all
still
the
got-
Corsa body kits.
That's amazing.
They're all up there. They're all up there.
And I was reading in one of the articles that you were known for the size of some of your rear wings.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the one hanging up there. That's all the way
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
that's the whale tail.
Yeah, they're massive.
Yeah, well, in the VT, but you know, we went for a different look. You know, we went for a
Yep.
different look.
I'm not saying it's one or the other.
Yeah.
It was a comment that I went that
Yeah.
you were known for, and
Yeah.
I'm looking up there thinking that's cool. I mean, I could spend a week here, honestly. So, under the hoist here, what's going on there? Is this a bloody?
That's a 52 Chevy a guy bought. I think he bought it up from top end of Queensland. It's been chopped badly. What we've done so far, he went to McDonald Brothers and got this front end put into it to airbag it, which then, anyway.
Yeah, so it's one of those where it's like, I know a bloke. I'll drop that down to Pete and he'll fix that for me.
So
Yeah.
we've channeled, I don't know if you're familiar, if you can stick your camera in there, the old 52 had a flat chassis. See, we've arched the chassis to drop it right down.
Right.
It's gonna be like a lead sled. It's probably gonna be a little bit rough in the body, flat black, because whatever, but it's got a 6 litre going in it and all the mod cons in it.
You know you're going to die in this place, aren't you? You're never
Oh
going to.
yeah, that's all right.
Unbelievable.
It's all good. It's all good.
Now, mate, the trim and all for the coupe, you got that kicking
Yeah,
around
that's
somewhere,
it.
you was
That's
telling
it.
me?
Yeah, that's all here. I've got to take the glass back out again. Had a little mishap and cracked the windscreen, but Here's the trim, the door trims and that. I've just moved them into there. They're all done.
Everything's- Yep.
Oh, we're probably a week and a half away of finishing the coupe. I've got to bolt it, so I've got to pop the front and back screens in it, out again, because the back one's not sitting how I want it. Plus I forgot to paint the mouldings black on the GT at the back.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
We sent them away to
Get them done.
A-class metal finishes and they polished them all.
Yep.
And then we were here, me and Noah, the guy that works with me side by side, and we put the screen and we're not happy the way it sits out. And then we were clipping the top mould on, or using a hook tool, and I must have hooked the windscreen, and my son on Saturday, the Saturday after, goes, "Oh, Dad," I said, shut up, because I was angry.
I don't want to know.
And then he goes, "Oh, all right, you know." I said, "No, what?" And then we must have hooked in the front screens cut. And these days, not like the old days where you used to use the thermo kit, it's urethane.
Yeah.
So
you
now I
cut
had,
it back out.
I had to wait for it to go hard so I can cut it. Otherwise, we're just going to rub Uri everywhere. But no, this is probably, being a Ford, doesn't matter, it's probably the most expensive car.
Need that down or what?
No, that's fine, I'll show you
Plenty of room.
underneath. It's funny how, like these things, they just outprice the GM product by far.
Check that. I don't want to fall on the ground.
Yeah, no, I've got him all good. And like, as I say, we've done it, you know. There's been that much work underneath, as much as to the point of painting the shockers green.
Mate, I really appreciate you're an open book. There's no doubt about that.
You know, we're trying to get all the
Nothing.
right markings on it. Got to go and get all the right markings on it.
That's a job in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, this here, FMX. So what I've had to do with this sump here, all the sumps on the FMXs are all destroyed. I've had to re-weld the full bottom onto
Put a
it.
plate in it,
And
yeah.
repaint it. Like all of this was destroyed. I got all those parts off you and that. All the boxes, they were all destroyed. All the floors were destroyed. We had the panel beat all them. You know, not destroyed, I mean...
They were damaged.
Yeah, they drove it. Yeah,
The
they drove over a rock, you know.
And it's funny that the things that are hard to find, it's like when we're doing that Cobra, trying to find a standard front sway bar because everyone threw them away.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're trying to get it back to what they were, it's very difficult.
We've coloured all the stripes on the tail shaft with the Era, trying to put all the stickers in the right place, put all the shockers green again. You know, it's, you know, as you know, proper GT with all the tramp rods. Exhaust system's all stainless. It's probably not exactly like they're meant to be, but oh well. Sorry,
That's
probably.
right. I'm just telling him to get the microphone in his face, save Louise some
Yeah,
work.
the exhaust, it's all stainless, man.
It looks right though, mate. I mean, sometimes people put them on and they just don't sort of sit right. I've just,
Oh no, yeah. I've noticed there was one that was at a show, Tropic Gold, and I was looking underneath it, and he's done a little bit more detail work than us, and that. But yeah, it was pretty good. But like we've gone, I've done it all black. I've sprayed the deadener where it's meant to be, but this is all black etch primer. And then what we were meant to do was allow the gold drift to go underneath.
Yeah, it's hard to convince yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, when they're clean, it can either look worse. And I spoke with the customer, he goes, "I know it's a GT." He goes, "I know it's been restored." He goes, "No, it looks better that way." So it's really personal choice at the end, how people want
I
their
agree.
cars to
I
be
like
finished.
to mask them off.
Hey?
I like to mask them off so they don't look overdone, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so we, you know, yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, it's a restoration, you know. It's, yeah. One of many jobs. That's the trouble though. I do a lot of jobs. It's not just, I don't spend a year on one car. So I'm doing 7 or 8 or 10 or 15
you got your hands full just looking around.
at the same time.
You've got, you know, probably no more than 5 people here. It's a
that's
credit
right.
to you, you're getting as much done as you are.
It was funny, I had a discussion with a bloke there, you know, going up to Motorex there, and he was telling me how good all the people are that build all the cars there, and I turned around and said, "Oh, well, you know what, if you brought me a car, and that's all you wanted me to do," I said, "Mate, I could probably do better."
Yeah, I mean,
All of us could. If you're just got an open checkbook, and this is what you want to do, and he wants to spend 100 hours on one door, well, let's do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been fortunate enough in the last 10 years at least to be able to have one car to focus on at a time and not have to be trying to balance.
Jiggle them.
Well, balancing between, you know, fixing a bonnet
Yeah.
or thinking about, am I ever going to get to that one? And then the boys in wanting to know something about this, and I've got my own project. And when the last car I built, I put my panel van away while
Yeah.
I built it because I needed to keep the focus on the car I was
Yeah,
doing.
well, I've got to start changing things around now. I've got to start saying no.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, sorry, but I've got to start saying no.
So
you
no,
know.
you've got one more little shed to show me, I think, at
Oh.
this venue. So we'll
Yeah.
go and have a look in there.
Yep.
So I've come out here and Pete just said this is the waiting room, and there's a bit of a backstory that it's actually the reception if this particular paint shop was become a separate identity. But when we all know when we got a flat surface or a spare spot, it gets filled up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting pretty full.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to try and go through all the engines and stuff, and they've probably all got a story because I know there's one that's pretty close to your heart in the back here.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about some of what is in the corner.
What, under the cover?
Yeah, under the cover. What's
Oh, that's a Proline 481X going in that HQ out there.
So this is for the two-door
Yeah,
HQ?
for the two-door out there that'll be all chassis. The story behind it is that it was Ryan Martin's engine out of the Fireball Camaro. It got redone by Proline in America, come over to Melbourne. Frank Dandy Engines had it. Then a guy from Sydney bought it. He was going to put it into a Fox body Mustang. Then out of separation with his wife, and early last year it come up for sale. And the boys go, Dad, we got the motor for your coupe. We don't have to worry about winding the shit out of an LS. So we jumped in a little van, that little combo van there, drove to Sydney, loaded it in the back and drove back.
Good story.
I could have gone in my Silverado, but I said, no, it's hanging out. I'd rather go in that. And
Yep.
got
Something
that.
that's undercover.
And it's, yeah, well, like as I say, all I had to do is pick the engine up. I didn't have to show off,
No, that's right.
you know. So, and the van got us there quick and back, and got all the atomizers and that's going to run a couple of big, massive turbos. Got the M&M thing, and that's why I've got to start cutting back on jobs because I've got builds that I've got to do. I've got 2 HQ coupes. I've got that one, and then I've got a street one that you'll see at home tonight. That's getting the brother to that other LS engine. That you've got the 3,000 horsepower, then I've got a 65 Chevy Super Sports coupe that I've had for 35 years.
You need to start saying no.
Which, that's the car that I want to hit, and as I'm standing here, unless I say I'm going to hit someone else and everybody's going to go, shit.
Yeah, that's the go. We'll have to talk some
He's
more
here.
about that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how your brain's going, but wow, what a amazing guy, family, workshop. Just incredible how much they've got going on and how much this guy's done. So I want to thank everybody. My mate Dale there that come out, we ended up doing 2,000 kilometres and 24 hours in the car in total. These guys for putting in the extra effort. Obviously there you can see some things had to go back together and stuff, but the whole family, Peter, Loretta, the boys, Giacomo and Julian. And of course I didn't mind cleaning the odd car just to make things look right. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did being there and being able to put it all together. If you've got a shed or a mate with a shed or someone you know that's got a lot of cars, we'd love to come out and have a look because we're going to keep doing these because I think they're a great thing. If you enjoyed this one, you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you've got questions, I'll try and answer them. And thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.